Hey, what is up guys? My name is Griefdrums, and today we have had some huge news dropped about the new Operation Dust line. So if you didn't already know, we were told that on May 7th during the PC finals that we would get loads of new information, and we have. This is incredible. We had a really good look at Valkyrie, Blackbeard, the new map, as well as loads of information about the next set of patch notes. So let's take a look at the map first. Here it says border, however during the live stream they did keep calling it border control, so I'm not 100% sure of the name, but border control, something like that. The devs have said that this is going to be one of the most destructible maps in comparison to its size. That doesn't mean that everything is going to be able to be blown up, but it looks like there's a lot of destructible walls, and you're going to be able to create whole new lines of sight. Sledge and Buck are going to have a field day here. We've been advised that there's loads of verticality to this. Certainly the center section you can rappel down into. This coupled with other changes means there's going to be a lot more creativity coming. Next we got a really good look at both operators, what their loadouts are going to be, as well as actually seeing them get used. First up we'll take a look at Valkyrie. Now a lot of this information had already been figured out, and from the trailer that we saw the other day we knew that she was going to have these cameras, but now we can actually shed some light on what they're going to do, how they look, and how they actually work. After seeing the trailer, a lot of people were speculating that the blue light on the front of the camera was going to make its position really obvious, and although there is a blue light on the front when it's being used, that doesn't seem to be the case at all. This thing is pretty small and doesn't really stand out too much. Other speculation was whether your screen was going to be blue when you're looking through one of Valkyrie's cameras, so to let you know that it's one of hers as opposed to one of the stationary cameras. We now know that this is the case, but another interesting point to note is it looks as though the field of view is going to be much larger as well. You're going to be able to turn this camera a lot further than you can with these stationary cameras. As long as you don't throw the camera too far, you are going to be able to pick it up again and move it. And she's actually getting 4 of these. A lot of people thought she was going to get 3, as many of the operators in the game only get 3 gadgets. But 4 is going to be pretty handy, because you could set 3 up and then take 1 for yourself. So if you're off roaming, you can keep an eye on a specific area near you to let you know that someone's there. It's also going to change the dynamic in the sense of if you place a nitro and a camera near each other, you're going to be able to set up an ambush. You can see them coming and then you can blow them up. So that is a really cool feature that we might see getting used a lot more. After the trailer, we knew that Valkyrie was going to have a Spas 12 and a Desert Eagle, but we didn't know what her other primary weapon was going to be. We now know that it's going to be a SIG MPX submachine gun, which could be pretty beasty, but if I'm completely honest, as with Frost, I think most people are going to go for the shotgun, just because the drop-off range is still going to be 3.5 meters. With intel being so important in this game, I'm fairly confident in saying that Valkyrie is going to be a must-pick for any defending team. The ability to place 4 whole new cameras in hidden areas on the map, why would you not take that? Even if half of your team are dead, being able to get that intel is just going to be insanely effective for your team. Okay, so next we take a look at Blackbeard. When Buck and Frost first came out, everyone went running to Frost and no one really paid any attention to Buck. And if I'm completely honest, when I first saw both Blackbeard and Valkyrie, I leant towards Valkyrie so much more, and I think the majority of the community has as well. I couldn't understand how a shield on the front of his rifle was going to make that much of a difference. It may protect from the odd headshot, but on the whole, surely it's not going to be that good. Man, was I wrong. After seeing this footage, it looks insane. As we gathered initially from the trailer, it is going to be detachable. This led a lot of people to question that if it's detachable, once you've put it on, why would you take it off? Well, we now know that once it's on, you do move slower, so there is going to be a bit of a payoff. But here you can see it being put on, and it allows Blackbeard to just go up to the window and have a good old look through without the fear of getting popped in the face. This is going to allow him the protection of one of the shield operators and yet still have the versatility of some of the other characters. He also has assault rifles. Unlike the shield operators that are stuck with a pistol, this guy's going to be a beast. If you consider the fact that he's going to be a point man, you could send him in with a shield. By sending someone like Blitz in first, kneeling down, and Blackbeard standing behind them with his face protected, what a combination that is going to be. They are going to be able to shut off entire corridors, hallways, and don't just forget, although we're looking at him on this map, he's going to be used on maps like Yacht. In those corridors, I dare you to go up against a Blitz and Blackbeard combination. My only fear when I was watching this live stream announcement was that he looked a little bit too OP. Now, after listening to what the devs have said, they kind of want him to be. They want to play with the dynamics of this game, and they want certain characters to be ridiculously good. which means that you have to think of creative ways to get rid of them. You have to flank around. You're not going to be able to take this guy head on, and certainly not if he stood behind a shield. This is also going to play with the dynamics in the sense of if you're on the defending team and this guy's hunkered down behind a desk with just his head exposed, shooting over the top of it, the role is going to change in the sense that you're going to have to go on the attack to get him. You're going to have to move out of your comfortable little room and try and get to the side of him or round to the back of him. Next up comes some massive changes to the game. General tweaks, improvements, there's going to be balancing, even characters, their loadouts are changing, so this is going to be interesting. Not all of the information has been released, a lot of it is being saved in the patch notes until tomorrow, but as soon as that information is available, you know I'm going to be making a video giving you all of the finer details. The first big thing that we do know is at the end of a game you're going to be seeing this, which is very Call of Duty-esque, and I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it just yet. But it's going to be a bit of a leaderboard. It's also going to showcase the new face masks that you're going to be able to use. I like the idea of customization and uniqueness, but I just don't think they look that great. The next huge change is IQ is getting a buff, finally. I mean, I love playing as IQ, but check this out. Instead of being blue, you can actually see through her gadget, and you can see the shape of objects on the other side. This allows you to pick your target and take them out. This is awesome. This is great news. The second big thing is Montaña's shield. As you can see here, it is going to wrap around him a lot more. This is going to make him much more of a man-mountain and offer a lot more protection, meaning he can turn and angle himself. This guy's going to block everything off. Tachanka is also getting a buff, but by the sounds of it, it's not quite going to be good enough. To cut a long story short, all that you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to move his mounted weapon a lot faster, set it up and take it down a lot quicker, and you're going to be able to place it further into the corners of rooms. Now, whilst this is a step in the right direction, I don't see it how it's going to make him a better pick for people. The devs have said that they are still working on this and they are listening to the community, so we may see further changes to him in the future. Some of the other huge changes are the ability to customize your operators in between rounds. Previously, you were forced to select your customizations at the home menu. This presented a problem in the fact that you don't know what map you're going to be playing, you don't know what game type you're going to be playing, so you don't know what to take. You know, if you have your character set up with frag grenades, he's no good on a map of hostage, or, you know, certainly he's not as effective as some of the other characters. If you've taken an ACOG on your rifle and you're playing in a close quarters map, again, this could be at a detriment to you. So having the ability to change this in each round, that is going to be really effective. There have been lighting changes, so it's going to be easier to see in and out of windows. But the big news is the ranking system. If you don't already know this, your rank is going to be reset. Instead, the ranks are going to be seasonal rankings. So if you were one of those players that managed to get a platinum from about 5 or 6 rounds of ranked and then just stop playing rank completely to hold on to it, say goodbye to it because it is going. I, for one, am really glad to hear this because the ranking system has been broken for quite some time. It just didn't quite work. I know people that have won 15, 16, maybe even 17 matches in a row and still not moved up a rank, just because they've been paired up against lower teams. Now that's not right, so I'm glad to see this is coming in. The final change I'm going to discuss now is going to be a pretty big one, certainly for the pro leagues. You are going to have the ability to cancel animations, so if you're in the middle of placing a thermite charge down and realise that that wall is electrified, you are going to be able to cancel that. I think this is going to stop the bandit trick from happening so much, but it's not going to completely eradicate it, as the thermite charges can still be destroyed. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully it's given you some information that you didn't already know about Dustline. This thing's coming out in a couple of days' time, and I am buzzing for it. I seriously cannot wait. I'd love to hear what you guys think, so let me know in the comments below whether you think there's anything that is awesome, anything that is crap. Just tell me what your thoughts are. I'm almost adamant that people are going to be complaining if they're a platinum and they're losing their rank, but if people are a copper or a bronze, I'm fairly confident that they're going to be really happy down in the comments. But if you are a platinum and you're losing it, if you're good enough, don't worry, you'll get it back. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to slap that like button. If you don't already, make sure to subscribe. Until next time, guys, I've been Griefdrums.